What if your conversations with AI felt, well, real? I mean, not just understanding your words, but genuinely picking up on your mood, your excitement, maybe even a bit of frustration in your voice. Imagine an AI that could respond not just intelligently, but empathetically. That's the kind of future it seems Meta Platforms is betting big on. Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're doing a deep dive into their recent and pretty fascinating acquisition of a company called WaveForms AI. And this isn't just another tech buyout story. It feels like a really strategic move that could profoundly change how you experience the digital world.
Exactly right. Waveforms AI, it isn't just about making AI voices sound a bit more natural. It's really about pushing the frontier of what you might call emotional intelligence,
Yeah.
but specifically in artificial audio. Their sort of unique focus in this area is what makes this deal so significant, I think.
Okay, so this news just landed, right? Around August 7th or 8th, 2025. Can you maybe kick us off by telling us a bit about who the key players are here?
Sure. So Waveforms AI is relatively young, an audio-focused AI startup, founded just last December, actually, December 2024. And the brains behind it are two pretty impressive people. Alexis Cano, who brings experience from both Meta and OpenAI.
Oh, interesting. Both Meta and OpenAI.
Yeah, quite the background. And Coralie Lemaitre, who was an ad strategist formerly at Google.
Okay, so strong tech and strategy experience there.
Definitely. And what's fascinating here is that while we don't know the exact acquisition sum, it wasn't disclosed.
Yeah.
Waveforms had already pulled in a substantial $40 million in funding. That gave it a pre-money valuation, so its value before this latest investment or acquisition of somewhere between, say, 160 and $200 million.
Wow, 160 to $200 million pre-money for a company not even a year old.
Exactly. So even as a really nascent company, it was already incredibly highly priced. Tells you something about the tech.
It certainly does. So that kind of valuation begs the question, what exactly is it about Waveforms AI's technology that Meta was so keen to, get its hands on? What's their secret sauce?
Well, their core specialization is, I think, genuinely revolutionary. It's about recognizing and, crucially, replicating emotions in voice.
Okay, replicating emotions. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Right. Think about it. Most voice AI today, it focuses on transcription, understanding the words or maybe synthesizing words clearly. Waveforms is trying to crack the code on synthesizing the subtext. The anger, the joy, the subtle hesitations, making AI sound not just human-like, but maybe even truly feeling. That's a massive leap.
A huge leap. So it's not just sounding less robotic, it's sounding genuinely expressive.
Precisely. Their really ambitious mission is to achieve what they're calling the speech Turing test.
The speech Turing test, like the regular Turing test, but for voice.
Kind of, yeah. The point where an AI voice is indistinguishable from a human one, not just in the words it says, but in its emotional delivery. And even beyond that, they're pursuing something called emotional general intelligence in audio models. So this goes way beyond just understanding what you said. It's about grasping the feeling behind the words.
Okay, so like knowing how I said something, not just what I said.
Exactly. Is it joy, frustration,
Okay.
sarcasm, genuine empathy? Imagine your smart speaker. Instead of just reading the weather flatly, it could maybe tell if you're asking because you're excited for a beach day or dreading a rainy commute. That's the kind of emotional intelligence layer that Meta seems to be buying into here.
That really does sound like a game changer. So let's talk Meta's strategy. When a giant like Meta acquires such specialized AI, what are the broader goals? What does this all mean for Meta and their broader vision?
Well, this acquisition, it slots perfectly into Meta's long-term strategy. Several layers here. Firstly, it massively boosts their, let's call it, emotional AI prowess, their capability in this area.
Yeah.
And this is absolutely critical if you want to create truly immersive voice agents, really realistic digital avatars, and just generally more engaging experiences inside the metaverse that actually feel human.
So avatars that don't just look good, but sound emotionally real too.
Exactly. You'll interact with characters, assistants, whatever, that sound genuinely emotive, not like they're reading a script. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, emotionally expressive voice interfaces are, well, they're fast becoming a cornerstone for Meta's next-gen products. As they push deeper into VR, AR, and their whole metaverse vision, they absolutely need voices that don't just convey information, but also emotional resonance.
Right, it's about making those virtual spaces feel more present, more connected.
Precisely, building that sense of presence. Secondly, this is also a very shrewd talent acquisition strategy. Let's be clear about that.
Ah, the acquihire angle.
Well, it's more than just that, but yes, getting the talent is key. It's a strategic move to bring top-tier AI researchers like Cano and Lemaitre directly into the fold. This really reinforces Meta's position in the ongoing war for talent against huge rivals like OpenAI, Google, and
So
Perk.
grabbing the experts before competitors can.
Absolutely. Meta knows that cutting-edge AI relies on having the best minds. And both founders, Cano and Lemaitre, they're actually transitioning into Meta's newly set up superintelligence labs. So it's bolstering Meta's core research muscle with exactly the kind of expertise they need for this really advanced AI.
Okay, that makes sense. So better tech, better talent. What else?
And finally, it's simply about innovation acceleration, speed. Rather than spending potentially years trying to build this kind of advanced emotional voice AI entirely from scratch, Meta is basically fast-tracking its development. They're acquiring the specialized, cutting-edge tech and can immediately start aligning it with their existing product roadmaps.
So integrate it faster into things we might actually see and use.
Exactly. It's a way to quickly weave these advanced capabilities into their current and future offerings, helping them stay ahead in a field that's moving incredibly fast.
And it's probably worth reminding everyone listening, this WaveForms acquisition, it comes really close on the heels of Meta buying Play AI just last month. Play AI was another audio-focused AI company.
That's a very important point, yes.
So for you, the listener, this isn't just some isolated event. It really marks a clear, maybe even aggressive trend. Meta seems to be rapidly consolidating these AI audio startups, especially those focused on, well, more human sound. They're strategically shaping the future of how we talk to AI and maybe more profoundly, how AI communicates back to us. So summing it all up then, Meta's aggressive push into voice AI, especially with these kinds of deeply emotionally nuanced capabilities, it really looks set to redefine how humans and AI voices interact, the future of our digital conversations. It just got potentially a lot more expressive.
And this raises an important question, maybe something for you to think about after this. What will it truly mean when these future conversational agents, these immersive environments, accessible interfaces, when they're not just smart, but also deeply emotionally intelligent? How might that fundamentally change the very nature of our interaction with technology? Will it feel less like using a tool and maybe more like interacting with a companion that actually sort of gets you?